Right Pilot, you have the floor, please.
Honorable Chair, distinguished delegates and stakeholders, my name is Abdullah bin Hussein, and noting your recent exhortation to stakeholders to find partners so that voices from vulnerable areas and underrepresented communities are heard, I am pleased to deliver this statement on behalf of Right Pilot, so a young Jordanian voice is heard in this august chamber. Mr. Chair, allow me to express our appreciation for your exceptional leadership and guidance throughout this process. Your patience and understanding have been instrumental in fostering an environment that accommodates diverse perspectives and inclusion. In keeping with your guidance and focusing discussions on ways in which the multi-stakeholder community can work together with states, Right Pilot is prepared to serve as a co-facilitator in support of civil society's efforts to structure, organize, and report back to states in the future permanent mechanism. We welcome the statement made by CREST International that internationally recognized standards must be preferred over to varied international standards, and hence of the need to recognize the harmonization of standards as a confidence-building measure. The multidimensional use of standards in the Zero Draft Report warrants greater understanding of the diverse frequencies in which standards intend to play as either a technology security issue, or a matter of governance, or a matter of capacity building enabler, even as a component of international law, with states being obliged to comply under the principle of due diligence. Following your guidance to engage as a network of advocates, Right Pilot is pleased to align itself with CREST International in committing to work with others to reach understanding on how standards in cyberspace can enable and operate under international law. We welcome and support the candidate Chile-led proposal to support the engagement of multi-stakeholder community, the joint civil society statement and its call for meaningful stakeholder engagement. The Women in Cybersecurity Middle East Group, WICSME, we urged the international community to recognize them as a common good cyber initiative, and to continue to support the major achievements of women in cybersecurity fellowship programs as a crucial way to enable and underrepresented voices to speak and be listened to by states. We stand ready to support you in building a resilient cyberspace. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Global Cyber Alliance, you're next.
Chair, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, I'm Chris Painter, Strategic Advisor for the Global Cyber Alliance. GCA is a not-for-profit which works internationally to improve the Internet and help people and organizations be more secure online. We thank the Chair for his inclusive approach, and we welcome the emphasis on practical capacity building as a core element of cyber stability. However, we are still concerned that several proposed initiatives in the draft risk duplicating existing and effective mechanisms. Here are 4 examples. The draft calls for a new global ICT security cooperation and capacity building portal, risk duplicating existing platforms such as the GFC's Civil Portal and the UNIDIR's Cyber Policy Portal, both of which already catalog projects and connect donors with implementers. The creation of a UN-managed sponsorship program would divert from successful initiatives such as the Women in Cyber Fellowship Program or the France-Irish Sponsorship Program for small islands and developing states. Member states should consider the UN's additional overhead and costs and decide whether they want less beneficiaries for more money. The proposal for standardized training and curriculum and a UN Cyber Resilience Academy risks duplicating the UNIDIR Academy and decades of work by civil society organizations such as FIRST, which have trained national CSIRTs with technical hands-on training, tailored, trusted, and deployed in more than 70 countries, or CREST, working with regulators in building standards and certifications for critical infrastructure protection. Future discussions on the new UN Voluntary Fund should consider the serious risk of diverting funds from existing funding streams like the World Bank Cybersecurity Multi-Donor Trust Fund and public-private partnerships like Common Good Cyber Fund, which was recently launched to support nonprofit work protecting vulnerable civil society and digital infrastructure. If established, and a UN Voluntary Fund should be limited to helping states participate in UN meetings and activity. These existing efforts are not theoretical. They are functioning, field-tested, and responsive to national priorities. Creating new structures in a state-only context and without integrating stakeholders risk duplication, confusion, and inefficiency. The recent Common Good Cyber Report, Nonprofit Contributions to Cybersecurity, commissioned by the EU Institute for Security Studies and funded by Global Gateway, documents 334 nonprofit-led initiatives, but it also highlights ongoing challenges such as lack of funding, limited policy access, and weak coordination with multilateral bodies.